All right, it's in between. So here's my question: have we all watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier season finale?
Yeah,
I have
just last night.
All right, so this will be a couple of months after it's already, after it's already shown. So spoiler talk,
and that's one of the reasons I wanted to go ahead and hit on it. So
I did call the ending for JJ the little ending title card, although I did want it to say Bucky Barnes instead of Winter Soldier. I want to be Captain America and Bucky Barnes.
So
because he's not the Winter Soldier anymore.
Does Sam become Captain America in the comic books?
Yes.
Yes.
In that costume.
I mean,
they almost ripped it from the pages.
Yeah. And I appreciate that. There was something about the costume that looked kind of bad to me. I just had to admit there's something about the sculpting of it that I was kind of like, I didn't like it.
They were trying to keep aspects of the Falcon in it with mixing it with Captain America. So it's a hybrid between Captain America's uniform and the Falcon's uniform.
And after coming off of, the darker blue for John's
U.S.
agent, John Walker's U.S. agent outfit, it made sense for Falcons to be, kind of a brighter blue and a white.
Really white.
Yeah.
I don't mind. There was just something about the sculpting that looked a little phony to me. It's just a particular thing for me.
Somebody pointed out that Walker didn't have white on his uniform because I think white is supposed to represent purity or innocence or something like that. And so he didn't have that as part of his character. But now the Falcon.
Uh-oh, Sean, you cut out, so I don't know what the last part of
well, an airplane's flying over, so I muted my mic.
Okay.
I was finished with my statement.
You might wait until you go back inside because now it's so noisy I can't hear you. So I liked it. I thought the show was one of those, again, I felt this way with WandaVision. I kind of thought the middle of it could have been, instead of a separate decade of television for each episode, they could have pushed it together. I felt the same thing here where it went on a little bit long in the middle. I did think it was incredibly brave to make this about race. Not that I haven't assumed that the comics have not confronted that, but what's going on right now with all the racial tensions and everything, I was pretty impressed that Disney said, let's go. I thought that was really good.
I would say it's very interesting. As much as they're not doing it, as much as they are not doing X-Men, how hard they are teasing X-Men without doing it. Having Quicksilver show up from the X-Men movies, and this one having Madripoor show up, that's a place that's really important to Wolverine. He cosplayed as another character called Puck there. He had an eye patch on, or patch.
Yeah.
And so all these are like little X-Men nods that they're giving without really acknowledging that at some point the X-Men are going to be there.
Yeah, Variety talked about that, and we go back to WandaVision, that they reported at that time that it was their first dalliance into saying, look, we're going to take these worlds and blend them together, and trying to find an interesting way to do it. I liked that too. I like all the things like that. I'll tell you who the star of this for me was. Now I have to listen to my child scream about Sebastian Stan and how beautiful he is throughout it, but Wyatt Russell, man, I love that dude. Yeah. I just love his performance.
Who's that?
Walker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's fantastic. Yeah. I do hope that they go on with that. I want to see more of him. I really do.
I'm sure we will.
We lost you, Sean.
Yeah, we lost you, Sean.
Seen him without a B-49. It was only like 2 or 3.
Couldn't hear you now.
Well, we lost you the first part of it. Yes, we hear you now.
Okay. I've seen him on a show called Lodge 49. There was only like 2 or 3 seasons, and he had a full big red beard.
Right.
So I never realized I never realized he was Kurt Russell's son. And then the first images I saw him in this, I didn't realize that was him because he looked like the old man from Up in the first shot that they showed him with the yes. helmet on.
Well, I loved him. There are a lot of things I loved about it. I'm curious, Richard, as a comic book person, what did you think of it?
I was underwhelmed by the ending, particularly for how big the 4th and 5th episodes were. Mm-hmm. It had some really nice moments to conclude the season, but it didn't really wow me as I thought it might.
This is a trope of most comic book movies. I wish they could stop killing the bad guys, or whoever the bad guys are. I realize in this situation they're trying to make sure that there are no rogue super soldiers out there, so that's why they blew up everybody. But they could have kept the chick from Solo alive. They didn't have to necessarily kill her.
Erin Kellyman, she is an interesting actress. She's very, very good with what she's given. She even made that small role in Solo interesting. I think she's really good, and I kind of agree with you. I wish they hadn't killed her.
There were several moments at the end. There were almost like small epilogue moments of things that happened, and I kind of wish those had been interspersed prior to the last 20 minutes of the episode, because it just kind of, again, made that, for me, the ending kind of underwhelming. Like, I would have liked to have seen those moments earlier so that the impact of the ending was a little more powerful.
I completely agree with you. It's one of the things that I've felt that a lot of the comic book films are getting too heavy into this idea that we have to sew the world together afterwards, and you're losing the impact of what has been built. So yeah. I kind of felt that same thing. And, again, with an 18-year-old kid who's in love with a man and a thing, it's hard not to feel the exuberance that she's feeling watching it. But, and I certainly didn't say this to her because I didn't want to hear her tell me I was just hating on it. But, at the end, I was kind of like, okay, that was fun. And I did like the end title card. I like that it's now Captain America. I like that.
Right. That was a really, really nice touch. And I can follow this character as Captain America. I'm fine with it. I don't need to bring Steve Rogers back per se in the costume. If they want to go with him as Captain America in the movie universe going forward, I'm fine with it. But I was also okay with
I think they announced Captain America 4, and it's going to be
they did
good. I was fine, and I was fine with the change in the comic book. But there's always this Bruce Wayne always has to be Batman. And
there are some characters that are legacy characters,
that we can never just kind of let go of. And so Steve Rogers will always be Captain America. And I really want the Marvel movie universe to move forward with Sam and not look back. Sure, bring back what's his name every so often for a cameo, but don't suddenly take over Sam. Yeah, Chris Evans for a cameo here and there, or bring him back when you really need him for like a moment or two, but don't give up on this idea of Sam being Captain America, because I hate that in the comic books when they do that.
I'd like to ask this question when we talk about this legacy of characters, because Batman being my very favorite comic book character, I do err on the side of you always have to have Bruce Wayne, because to me it's Bruce Wayne's story.
It's his tragedy, yeah.
I can see the point with Steve Rogers, since he's a soldier that is put into that situation, how you can build this cycle of it can be subsequent people. Does Sam ever get the serum, or does that even occur?
Not that I recall.
No.
Yeah, he's just he's got his suit and he's got the shield.
So the one thing that kind of baffled me throughout is, if I've got
in the comics, he can talk to birds with his brain. But...
I read that somewhere. If I've got the super soldier serum in me, I should be effectively kind of like a Superman of sorts, right?
You're the peak of athleticism, really strong. Even more than that, you're like a super athletic Olympic athlete.
Yeah,
super strong. Yeah, super fast.
The only problem I have with that, when he was battling all these people with the serum, how is he keeping up in those battles? How is he not getting his ass just pummeled by these people?
When he has the shield, remember the shield absorbs a lot of energy because it's made out of vibranium. And since the Wakandans gave him his suit, I have my headcanon is there's a little vibranium in there helping to take the impact as well.
Yeah, and I would even when he was in his prior Falcon outfit, I'm just assuming that the wings and the ability to fly at that kind of velocity, there's something already in that suit to kind of give him some type of
reinforced.
Protection.
Yeah,
I'll buy that.
Something to give him a little more protection than normal. It wasn't ever explicit, but I think it's a standing. And yeah, I would agree with Sean that once he's kind of mastered how to move, how to throw and use the shield, the uniform that the Wakandans built for him probably make him even more resilient.
And that's why I asked you guys, because I just needed that. I thought that the moment, like when he put the shield up and the wings went down and bit into the concrete to sort of hold him, I thought that was just beautiful. I thought, okay, that's cool.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
But you're right. The Wakandans made that. I like that. You guys have explained it. I'm on board.
Good.
So you saw her last episode, but now you kind of saw what she did this episode. What are you thinking about Julia Louis-Dreyfus now? What are her plans?
I have no idea. Is she going to turn into Elaine at some point?
She starts doing a bad dance.
Yeah.
Hey, look at me. That's how she attracts people.
I don't know. I think she's a fun actress. I think that, she is having a hoot of a time playing with this role. When we talk about Culp this last week, where he's sort of, boy, she's not. She is just, it is literally chewing the scenery, spitting it out, and chewing it again.
Go ahead.
I was kind of disappointed in Zemo. I didn't feel like he was that.
They didn't use him very much. Yeah.
When he was walking around and when he was interacting with Sam and Buck, he wasn't like he didn't own any of those scenes like he did in the movie universe, in the Captain America movie universe. Yeah, Winter Soldier. He was just kind of.
I love that actor too.
But he was a little hammy. Like he was. Here's my fake accent, and I've got no drama behind me. Like it didn't. I don't know. He didn't. His character really didn't do. His portrayal of the character in this television series did not serve what I think how dangerous his character is.
But this is where I'm happy they left him alive at the end, so he can come back.
Yeah. They did, yeah.
And to be fair, that's not a fake accent. He's from Spain with German descent as well.
Yeah, that's his actual accent.
I love that actor. He's been in some other stuff. I think he's very interesting. I think you're right. I didn't seem very villain-esque. With the one point where I swear to God in the show, I went, okay, I'm done with this show, is when he got away down the drainage ditch beneath the bathtub in the room. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That was really bad.
I just wanted him to be a little more powerful in the scenes with the two other actors.
I could see that.
He wasn't quite as powerful as I wanted him to be.
So do you want to know what I think Julie Louis-Dreyfus is doing? And it's probably spoilers.
What do you think?
Well, she's making some Dark Avengers. She's going to be Nick Fury doing her own thing.
But she got John cleared,
and now he's USA.
Got him as U.S. agent, which is technically the side of good, right?
But he's gonna. But she's got he's got her business card, and she's got him set up. And
but it made it look like she was involved in getting him. His good guy pass. No, I think Sharon is the one you've got to watch out for.
Well, no, hang on, because think about this: we got Black Widow coming out, and we know Natasha is dead, but from the trailers we see another potential Black Widow. I have a feeling she's going to recruit her. So now you got Black Widow and Captain America on your team. War Machine is out there; she might recruit him. So now you've got your Iron Man, Captain America, blah blah.
But why is she building a dark? I don't see why they're building an opposite Avengers right now.
I don't know.
That's the threat that they're not.
Nick Fury,
unless our Avengers are Skrulls.
Maybe secret invasion. She can go out and try to recruit Loki to be her Thor. Who knows what's going to happen? The Abomination is alive in this cinematic universe. She can get that to be her Hulk.
I was gonna say I could do with done well. I could do with a Hulk movie if they want to finally bring back that property and run with it.
I think the problem is the rights remain with Universal. I think that's one of the few outstanding properties that are out there. The last thing I'll talk about, Captain America, and then we can move on if you want to. I do like the fact that, and it's a comic book canon. John Walker, got a shield, but it's not a Captain America shield, so it gets beat the fuck up by the end of the fight. And in the comic books, he's always like, God damn it, I just got this shield. And he has to go get a new one and start fighting with that one again. So it's not, he can't be Captain America and just use that to block and bounce it off people. It's a piece of work that he's got to fix every time it gets fucked up.
Well, I thought they did a great job with him, taking him from, I don't want him to be my Captain America, to seeing him go out of control. And I'm like, I really don't want him to be Captain America. And now I'm like, okay, I don't want him to be a Captain America. I want him to be this dude on the side that's kind of a messed up character. I like it. For me with Marvel, that's the one thing that I miss, is that kind of character it's what Bruce Wayne is. There's something that's occurred to them, then they're reacting to it. I really like that character, and I hope they go down that path. I hope that they keep him.